My Chemical Romance played at Coliseo over here in Lisbon, and I remember it being like the closest thing I've ever imagined Beatlemania being.
Right.
So the crowds were like beyond anything I'd ever seen. I was like levitating. Was it always like that with My Chem shows?
Once MCR hit a certain level, it was always like that. It was, and I think any band that hits that point with a young audience, it's. I don't think that experience is any different from any band that's ever struck a chord with the youth like that. Like, I think it was exactly the same for the Beatles as it was for Menudo, or I don't think it changes. I think it's just as jarring and
or One Direction now.
Or One Direction, or any of those bands. I think it's exactly the same. It's very jarring. It's very hard to understand.
But there aren't that many bands, I mean, that go through that, I guess.
I guess not. You know, it definitely put us through a lot, and it was ultimately positive.
It opens a lot of doors for the future, right?
It can open doors, it can close doors, you know. Once you achieve that with a youthful audience, it closes other doors for you, you know, that may had been opened if you. Well, luckily, the Beatles are probably the only band that ever beat it. They were the only band to ever appeal to a young audience and then all of a sudden be making really artsy music that was enjoyed by grown-ups. It's very hard to make that shift. I guess Robbie Williams did that.
Your longtime fans, are they still that intense?
They're passionate about the music still. My Chem was one of those bands which was able to speak to an older audience as well. And now as a solo artist, I'm able to speak to some longtime fans of MCR and an older audience. And but the longtime fans, they feel like they're just happy to be watching art. They're very artistic. That's the best way to describe when I think of an MCR fan or a fan of my music or somebody that's a long-term fan. They're all expressive, and they're all either writers or artists or they just have a job that they enjoy creativity through or something. Some of them are just vets. Some of them just deal with animals. Like they're all very positive people, though.
Awesome, awesome. That must be really cool to have, to see your fans being cool people.
Yes, right? It is very cool to see your fans being cool people.
Like when you meet your favorite artists and they're also cool people. It's the same, right?
It actually is. That's the first time I've ever heard that. But it is almost as important. It is as important as an artist to meet a fan that's cool. Like, when you're nervous to meet them, just like they're nervous to meet you, and you're like, oh, please be cool,
Hesitant alien, what is the alien hesitant about?
It obviously refers to me being very hesitant in the public eye in terms of showing. I think, once you're in a band and you're just a group of guys and you're like a gang, and then all of a sudden you get very big, you're forced into these situations that feel very alien to you, and like things like the red carpet and being on some shows on MTV that were like geared towards very young kids, and that kind of happened all over the world to us while being this very aggressive band.
And it never really goes away, does it?
I don't.
That feeling, I mean.
No, it doesn't. The feeling doesn't go away. Like, one of the few places I feel like normal or at home is on stage or in my own home. I don't really feel normal in airports or in the streets or anything. My record, all the reviews have been very positive. And sometimes in a positive review, you can learn something about yourself. This one writer had written about my record, and I learned about all these influences I didn't know I had, so that was kind of cool.
That's a new way of getting to know new music, I guess.
Right, yeah, through reviews of your album.
Do you think you have it in you to make this huge operatic piece of work in terms of music?
Yeah, I do. I think it's just a matter of if I want to, It's one of those things there. When I did Black Parade, it was what I really wanted to do at the time and the way I wanted to do it, and go heavy on the concept and things like that. And one day I may want to do that again, and explore those things. Maybe on the next record, I'm not sure. It's feeling like the next one wants to be slightly conceptual, but I don't know if it'll be operatic. And I've always told stories. Even Hesitant Alien, I feel, tells a story, and it's not a tight concept record or anything, but at heart, I'm a storyteller, and I try to do that through my comics or my art or my music.